Hello GT Humanities, this is your Classical Museum Exhibit Research video helper. You can go to readylibrary.com where you can click on the links on your assignment sheet. But I'm going to click on this GT Humanities Classical Museum Exhibit project. This video will be linked right here and it'll be embedded down here for your reference. This is the link you want to use right here because it's going to take you directly into what I've put together here for you for this particular project. All of the classical empires are listed up here, and then these are the topics that you'll be researching within these classical empires up here. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to be looking at Greek architecture, but you obviously have a greater understanding of all this, and so you'll be able to do more. This is just a link to Google Drive. You can click this and open up your Google Drive. This is a link to APA citations and information that you can use if you need to for this project. A Scribble link is here, and if you would like to set up a Scribble account where you can keep all of your resources and then you can annotate those resources inside your Scribble, and then it keeps all the annotations for you, that's something you might want to consider. I'm going to, if your view doesn't look like mine, you can click right here, and this just gives you more information, more detailed information about what this resource is, but I'm going to look at it like this so I can show you the sources. So this third resource right here, using sources with academic integrity, you can click on this, and down here you will notice right here in this templates, these are the templates that you can use to create your works cited page. So we are actually not creating works cited, sorry, we're creating a references page because we're going to use APA citations. And so if I click on this references page right here, if I click on this link, it's going to ask me, do I want to make a copy? And the answer is yes, I want to make a copy. And so what happens is it creates a references page for you here that you can use for this assignment. So you would want to come up here and change this to your period and then your last name, and then I'm going to do Greek, oops, spelling it wrong, Greek architecture. And then I can delete out the example right there. And so now I know this is my references for my Greek architecture. So you'll notice that the page is already formatted according to this information right here. And then this is just an example citation that was in here. And so this is where I can now put all of my APA citations. And so this will just speed along that process of creating a references page for you and help you create it more easily. And then this document is full of helpful information as far as utilizing sources and utilizing information for the purposes of research. And one of the things that I love is that I put in here this effective paraphrase and then a poor paraphrase, so you can see what the original quote was, what a good paraphrase looks like, and then what a poor paraphrase looks like. And then there's just some additional notes and information research help here. Okay, so we're going to go back over here to Mac and Via. That was this document right here. Just be aware there are different types of sources, and so when we're looking at these different databases, the different types of sources exist within, and I will show you that in just a second. But this document right here basically just allows you to see some of the different types of sources. So there's encyclopedias, magazines, reference and nonfiction books, news sources, and then academic journals and scholarly journals. So these are the basic types of sources that exist within these databases. So we're going to start with Britannica School right here. Britannica School is just a really great online encyclopedia that you can use for research. You can also use it to find out just a little bit more about your topic. If you don't know a lot about your topic, you can look at that there. So pretending I don't know anything about Greek architecture, I might want to click on this classical architecture link right here, and you'll notice this is a rather short article, but within this article are lots of other links to other articles. Oh, the Hellenistic age. This is something I need to look at. And so if I wanted to use this article, any information from this article, I would click this Cite button, and then I would copy and paste this onto my references page. But I'm just going to read this for information. So I'm not actually going to cite this because there's nothing in here that I really want to cite, but there are some other links that I want to follow. So I'm just going to come down here to this Western architecture, the classical period. Okay. And I'm going to look at this article. Now I get to this article and I'm like, oh, this right here, this is what I need, the Hellenistic period right here. This is what I want. And so if I wanted to use this article, I would then come up here and I would click Cite, and I would copy and paste this right here onto my references page over here. And one thing that you can do is you can do Control-Shift-C, which will then create this without any of the formatting that would mess up my formatting over here. I will notice, however, that Encyclopedia Britannica is italicized, so I'm going to come back over here and make this italicized to match the correct formatting. Okay. Alright, so if I wanted to use anything else from here, I could. You will notice one thing about Britannica School is that it does provide you with images. So should you want to use an image from this, like let's say you want to use this image, if I click on it, and then I click the Cite button right here, make sure it's APA, I could copy and paste this into my references page, and then drag and drop this image into anything Google that I might want to use later on for my assignment. Okay, so that is Britannica School. That's this right here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that probably a couple of the places that you want to go next are going to be the EBSCO ebooks or the GVRL. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this EBSCO ebooks, and I'm going to put in my basic search term. Hopefully you will be able to identify some additional search terms that are more specific to your topic that you're studying. But like I said, for my demo, I'm just using Greek architecture. So a couple of things about this database. This is full of books. And so if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to use this right here, okay? There's a couple of different things I can click on. I can click on this and it's going to take me to the book, but I probably want to do one of two things. I either want to check on most relevant pages from this ebook, and then it's going to start telling me here what these different pages are about. So if I found something and I'm like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for, then I could click on this view page right here, and it's going to take me directly into this book and directly to the page that I want to go to that has information about what I'm most looking for. Okay. And so if I wanted to then cite this article, I would come up here to Cite, and I would choose this APA citation right here. This is what I would choose, and this is what I would put over here in my references page. Okay, and I would come back over here and notice that this monumental, this whole thing right here is all italicized. So I would want to make sure that I come back over here and italicize this in my citation. Okay, and so when I'm done with that, I can X out of it. I can go back over here. Oh, oops! I can go back over here, results list. Okay, and it's going to take me right back over here. Now, let's say that I'm looking through here and I'm like, no, none of this is really what I'm looking for. Then I can come over here to the table of contents, and I can look through the table of contents and see if anything strikes me here. I can also come to the index if I want to look for a very specific word or phrase within the book. I can start perusing through the index to find a certain page. Okay, and then the other thing I can do is I can click on this full text PDF if I want to, perhaps get the full PDF and do something with that, or if I wanted to click here, I could click on the book that way too. Okay, so those are just some different things that you can do. If you get too many results here, you can always come over here to subject and you know, and see if there's a limited subject that would help you, or category perhaps as well. Okay, so you can kind of limit your search results there. So that is EBSCO ebooks. I'm also going to show you GVRL. GVRL is very similar to EBSCO ebooks, just different navigation. So I'm going to come up here to Greek and I'm going to put in my Greek architecture search term here. Now with the GVRL, I can sign in with my Google account right here. I can sign in with my Google account and tell it, you know, I have my Google account. You'll notice here that the content levels are marked basic, intermediate, and advanced with these little symbols here. And then if I wanted to, I could use the topic finder for this. If I'm looking, you know, for something really that I know what I'm looking for, I can go there. Again, I can also go by subject over here or document type even over here, okay? So I'm just going to go through this and I'm going to pretend like this is one I want to look. So I can do a couple of things. I can click on this, okay, and I can go to the table of contents here. I can, you know, scroll through this here, but be aware that these are books, okay, and so there may be a fair amount of information, and so I can go to my citation tools. Let's say this is absolutely a book I want to do. I can click on my APA and then I can copy and paste this into my references page over here. And then I would want to make sure that my citation matches up, and so I would want this arts and humanities through the errors. I would want to make sure that that is italicized, okay, and then I would have my citation here. The good thing about this is a link back to this particular article, so if I wanted to come back to this article, I would have that in my citation. So that's a good thing about GVRL, okay? Gale PowerSearch is, you can put in your search term there and search a bunch of different things, and then also I threw student resources and context in here as well as ABC Clio, World History, Ancient and Medieval, and then there are some other ebooks in here. So for instance, if I wanted to see what this book was about, I can click on that little eye and it's going to tell me what the book is about. If I did find something I wanted to use in this book, I can click on this site and then I can put this APA citation into my references page. If I wanted to use this, I could put that right there, and then I would want to you know, make that italicized and do that here. Actually, this is the exact same book that I got from the GVRL, but it's in here as well, right? And so I can actually click on this, click open now, and it's going to take me into this book. There'll be a table of contents and an index. What I like about the indexes in GVRL is that they are actually linked. So if I found something that I wanted, I would just click on this and it would take me, boom, right there into that in the GVRL. Okay? So, if you have any questions or you need any assistance throughout the course of this project, feel free to email me, lambertin@friscoisd.org, or you can come see me here in the library and I will be happy to help you with your research or anything that you need. Good luck, Lions!